Listen, AI creatives, if you're already scrolling Instagram, you might as well get paid for it. And here is how you can make Instagram carousel posts without having any design experience. The first thing you want to do is you want to head over to www.canva.com. If you don't have an account, they do have a free 30-day trial. But if you have a Canva Pro account, then you are good to go. Or if you have a free account, you are good to go as well. And the first thing you want to do is you want to search into this post here and you want to type in Instagram carousel posts. And when you search here, you're going to go to Canva templates. And what is going to appear is a bunch of Instagram carousel posts. Now, the reason why you want to learn how to create Instagram carousel posts, because it's not your typical post. You're able to build more traction with your audience based on your business and keep people engaged because you're able to stop them and get them to scroll through your post. So let me show you an idea. So here is an example, and you can utilize these templates, and I'm going to show you how to personalize them and make changes so they become your own. But here is a 5 steps to building your personal brand on social media. So there should be 5 steps in this carousel post. So on Instagram, you want people to be able to stop and get the attention. So this here is a hook. Okay, so you want to have a hook inside of your carousel post. And now it's going to go through 5 different steps to be able to build your personal brand on social media. And you can see here, number 1 is fully update your social media accounts. And the reason why carousel posts work so well is because it gives your audience a way to follow a story through a sequence of different posts like you see here. So for this example, again, if you do have the pro version, you are able to use different templates that have the crown on it. If you don't, you have to look for posts that do not have the crown on it. So something like this, transform chaos into calm, and this goes through it. This is a free post that you can utilize. So for this example, I am using this 3 content ideas for social media. I'm going to use this, and what you would do is you would open this and you would click this customize this template button. And what's going to happen is it's going to open up like this, and you can see if I've already started working on how to transform and make these posts your own. Now, the next thing you want to do is, guess what? If you get stuck in your business idea and you don't know what carousel posts to do, go head over to the good old ChatGPT and you could type in this prompt here. So you could ask ChatGPT to please create a carousel post for Instagram for Canva for beginners, because in this case, I'm talking to all my beginners out there. Shout out to y'all, beginner Canva. Or if you're using Canva, you're not making money, looking to make money on Canva, it should be 5 because I don't want it to be too long. So I typically keep my carousel posts to about 5, and I want them to break it out and include a call to action. So at the end of every carousel post, you always want to include a call to action. Some people say save this post for later. You can invite them to learn about an opportunity to work with you and so many different things. So now what it's going to do is it's going to give me different carousel posts, and it's going to break it down from slide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so whenever it says slide, just think of it as the Instagram template post for a carousel. So now what you want to do is you're going to head back over, and again, we're using this as our template, and I'm going to show you how I recreated it, rebranded it to my own. Okay, so now what I really want to know is, if you want to learn how to use Canva to get paid and make money, make sure you join us online, because every Monday we do have a workshop where we host and we show you how to get paid by teaching you how to use Canva, because there are thousands of people that don't know how to use Canva, but we want to show you how to get paid to use Canva. So make sure you click the link in the description or comment the word Canva if you want to learn how to make money using Canva. So the first thing I did was, because my hook is want to make money with Canva, I went ahead and I searched for money. Now you can search for money bag. I think I searched for $. So let's just search for $. And when you search for dollar sign, you'll see a bunch of different dollar signs come up. Again, if you're using the free version or pro version, you could go ahead into the filters. You could select free and it'll give you all the free options. In this case, and let's see what's going on with here. I don't know. It's like messed up, but we'll go ahead. We'll just go based off of this. So in this case, we'll just go ahead and duplicate this and we'll use this dollar sign here. So we're going to use this dollar sign. We're going to add this to the board somewhere around here. And then I want to go ahead and take this text. Now this is Anton, and you could go ahead and just type in text. And in this case, you could just use the text because remember, this is a template. All I have to do is copy this template and I click paste. Now, I want to make sure that I'm actually using this saying here, want to make money with Canva. So you just double click into it and then you just copy this. And now you could make it look just like this. And then I would stretch this out just a little bit to be even. And then of course I know I want it to be black, the text. So I'm going to make the text black. Okay, and you just highlight over this text here. And I'm going to make it black color. And then I want to capitalize some of these words. So I'll capitalize the money and I'll capitalize the M. Okay, and now we have that. So now we have the want to make money with Canva. And then you could just go ahead and add in your @ symbol, like wherever your social media is. And you would just go ahead and add in the text box. So you would add in the text box. In this case, I'm just going to copy and paste it here below. It's going to paste it. And then you could look for a black arrow. So we're going to go ahead and type in black arrow. And we'll have a black arrow because this is indicating that we're going to have a series of different slides so people know to follow us. And of course, I always want to add in the Canva sign. So we're going to go to elements again and we're going to type in Canva and you'll see a bunch of different Canva graphics pop up. This is one of my favorite ones to use. And then I add that here. Now I want to show you how you could change the color. So on some elements, you're able to change the color and because it has the color palette here, you could also use the edit feature and go down to dual tone and change the colors here as well. And there are different ways to do that. So in this case, because you are able to change it, I'm just going to select one and I'll just go with that because that's very close to this. And we just want to make sure that we slide this over just a little bit. Bring this S up. Want to make this a little bit bigger. And now I want to click the shift key, and then I want to group over this. So now I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I want to add some background. So I'm going to go ahead and put pink background. And then I'm just going to find a background. So you'll find a background that you like. And in this case, I found a background already, but you could find different ones. So I found like a border background and you could always type in pink border as well. And different borders will pop up. So you'll see the different borders here and you could easily add those in. So in this case, this is the border that I went with. So I'm just going to copy and paste this and you'll see it went over the words, but all you'll do is hit position and move it to the back. And now it will go straight to the back. So now this is the first thing that people are going to see. So look, want to make money with Canva? Absolutely, I do. So you could also make it bigger so you can see how it looks. So boom, want to make money with Canva? You could do some effects over the word. And then now let's get into how we did this. So now all I did was duplicate this page so you could duplicate it so you could keep the same information here. And I'm just going to delete this out. And what I want to do is I'm going to go here again to elements and I'm going to add sticky note. And when I add the sticky note, I'm going to search for the sticky note that I like. And I'll probably go to my recents because that is the sticky note that I like. That is in my recently used. And here's the one that I like here. So then I'm going to add this in here. I'll shrink this down just a little bit. And now this is what I'm going to use to write my stuff on. So now I want to go in, because I already did this one here, start with what you know. I'm going to go down to make one template, sell it 1,000 times. And that is what I'm going to put in here. Now I do want to add my text. So I'm actually going to duplicate this text because I just want to keep the text aligned. So I'm going to bring this up. And then I'm just going to make that go right into this box. And then to get these pink check marks here, which you don't have to use check marks, but in this case, because we are using check marks, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and type in again under elements, pink check mark. Okay. Now, when I type in pink check mark, I hit see all, and you'll see all the different check marks that come out. I chose this check mark here, which is this check icon, and then you could change the color. So I opted to change it from the red to one of the pink colors, and now I have it here. And now I'm just going to copy and paste. It's super easy. And what I love to do too, I like to go ahead, if I know it's 4, just to have everything lined up, just so I know where I want to put my text at. And you know it's lined up, because if I hit the shift key and I shift over all of them, and I hit here and I hit space evenly and tidy up, it's going to tidy it up, and now everything is even. Now again, remember, I'm going to keep my text uniform, so I'm just duplicating the text, but you in order to add the text, you would simply just go here to text, and you could just add in the text box. So you could add in the text box just like this and add that in. But in this case, I already have my font, so I want to stick with it. So now I'm just going to duplicate this to make it easier, line everything up. And you could lock this element as well, which I'll show you so this won't move. The way to lock it is you hit this little lock box here. So now the sticky note will not move. So now I'm just going to go in and copy all of these different things. So now it just becomes a copy and paste game. And we're just going to copy and paste this. So now you have your creative market, and you could just extend it out if the words go on 2 lines, and then of course your own website. Okay, so now you could also paste on your own website, and then you could extend this out. So now, and then we want to add in platforms to sell. And what did it say? Platforms to sell on. So that's what we want to write. And then we want to bring this down as well. And then we'll just make this a little bit smaller. And again, I'm just going to shift all of these because I want to go ahead and group all of this together to make it smaller, so I can add in my platforms to sell on. And then I'm going to move this up just a little bit, make it a little bit smaller. And then we could also change the color of this text too to make it pop out. So we can make it that color, darker color, and let's make it that color. So that way it stands out. And then I want to unlock this. And you just simply hit the unlock button here. And then I want to change the color of this tape. So I'm going to change it to the pink palette board that we have. And it's a little bit different than that color, but it still works. Let me just, there we go. So let's go back one, and we'll keep it this color. So, well, you know what? Let's see if we can get it closer to that color, and we'll do it like that. So now we have this one, and then I want to go to numbers because this is number 2. And then you could just search for the different numbers that you want. In this case, I went with this. Again, this is a pro element as well. And then I simply just put it right on top of this because I just want them, to have some sequence of what they know. So this is number 2. And then I already did number 1. And then I did number 4. And for time's sake, we're going to go ahead and add in the last one. So we're going to do the last piece, which is we'll duplicate this. And again, I'm just going to delete out this whole thing here. And I could keep that, and I want to put a box. So I want the last post to look similar to this one, because remember, it'll be a call to action. So I'm going to do something like this, but I'm going to put it in the box. So I'm going to say, want to learn how to make money using Canva. And then we're going to add in a box, and I'm going to show you how to add in that box as well. And this is a very important piece because this is your call to action. And I'm going to delete all of this out, and you could just basically highlight this, highlight all of this to delete that out. And I'm going to ask for a box. And we went under elements. Ooh. And we'll look for a box. So let's see if we got some graphics. So let's do this one here. So I like this here. So we'll use this as a box. And then I'm going to change this gray again to maybe a light pink. We'll change this white to we want to make it like a tan color to match the sticky note that we have. So something of, no, let's just do a white or something like that, just because I like it better with the pink offset. And then now we're going to go ahead and we'll take this italicize out in this bold, and then we'll just type in the last call to action. So here is the call to action. And I'm just going to copy this whole thing. Oh, and they even give you a visual. So I just want to copy this whole thing here. And then now we have it here. And I'm going to take out these emojis because I don't want the emojis in there. And then I'm going to show you how to emphasize these different words as well. And I'm going to copy this last piece and put it into its own box because I want to make the word ready stand out. So we're going to say, so we're going to paste this again, but I'm going to show you what you could do. So we're going to make sure that the word ready is going to come from the anton because we want it to pop out. Oh, wait, let me delete this. And I'm just going to copy ready because we want it to pop out. And we're going to add the ready here instead of where you see it at. And we're going to take the quotes out. And let's just fix the word ready. And we got to move this over just a little bit. And then I'm going to space this out here. And then I'm going to put this in its own box too, just to make it easier. So that way the word comment could be next to ready. And this is just nothing but me just like moving things around for it to make sense. Just because I want the word ready to stand out. Okay. And then now we could go ahead and get ready to paste this here. And then we could change this color. Let's just change it to a dark color here. And then we could put the quotation marks around it. And we could also add like an arrow pointing down. And let's do arrow. And then now we have an arrow pointing down. And it automatically turned it pink, which I love. And boom, now we have the last slide ready. And we'll delete that out. And now we have our carousel created. So now we're going to take a look at how this looks. And we're going to start with, and we'll use this one here. And we're going to start with this one. And now, want to make money online with Canva? Start with what you know. You don't even need to be a graphic designer. And now people are going to go through. Oh, wait. Let me add in. Let's make sure the order is correct. All right, let's do this again. Want to make money with Canva? Start with what you know. Make one template, sell it 1,000 times. Here are the platforms, and then here are small business owners will pay you. And then this the last one. Want to learn how to make money? And this is simply how you do your carousel posts. So again, if you want to learn how to create carousel posts and how to make money with Canva, go ahead and comment the word Canva. And don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe. And stay tuned for the next video where I'm going to show you how to simply continue to make money using different features on Canva. We're going to go into the Magic AI Studio.